She was born to a single-teen mother and was in the foster care system by the age of 3. It was a rough journey for Ashley Rhodes Quarter, who joins us this morning. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're obviously a big advocate for children now. Your book is called 3 Little Words, and I'm guessing it's "I love you," but that's not right.
No,
right?
You would think that, but I always joke that the 3 little words are read the book.
Read the book and you'll figure out what those 3 words are.
But they're not the words that you expect them to be.
You spent almost 10 years in Florida being shuttled between 14 different homes, some abusive. It was not a good situation, before you were finally adopted. I can't imagine what you went through.
Well, it was crazy. So I spent almost 10 years in care, had the 14 different foster homes. I later learned that almost 25% of my foster parents were or became convicted felons. So I was placed in homes with people who had problems with drugs, alcohol, violence, pedophilia. It definitely wasn't the best of circumstances.
Well, you were cute, though. We see these cute little photos of you, so you do have some childhood memories. And, you were finally adopted at the age of 12.
Yes, I was adopted by an amazing family, and that just sort of started changing my life in a totally different direction. And so I finally had a voice and an opportunity to use my story for something better and have all of that abuse and all of that sorrow mean something and hopefully create change for other kids still living in the system.
Yeah, in Texas, there's about 28,000 kids in foster care, and I think a lot of people think, oh, if I'm going to adopt, I want to adopt a baby. But at the age of 12, I mean, it's got to be tough not only for whoever's going to be adopting the child, but also for a 12-year-old. I mean, I can't imagine what was going through your mind, because you want to, as a child, you want to please whoever.
Sure.
But you also want to make sure that you're put in the right situation.
Well, exactly. And in many states, they start independent living services at 13. So at 12, I thought I was over the hill, that my chances for having a family and this idea of happily ever after, I thought it was over for me. And there are so many kids of all ages and all demographics and all backgrounds available for adoption right now and in the foster care system waiting for families.
And you have taken a big step. You fostered more than 20 kids.
Yes, I'm a big proponent of practicing what I preach. So I'm a social worker. My husband and I have fostered. We adopted a little boy in November. So I myself am a CASA volunteer, guardian ad litem in Florida, and we're foster and adoptive parents, and it means so much. But in that role, I see that the system still has the same difficulties that it had when I was in care, and we're seeing a lot of the same mistakes repeated, and it's really not going to change until we get more people involved.
So what can someone do? I mean, if you can't bring another child into your home, what can you do?
Sure. I mean, fostering and adopting is great, but if you don't have that spare bedroom, you can become a CASA volunteer. And a CASA volunteer is a court-appointed special advocate. And CASAs are really unique because when you're in a court situation with a kid, you've got the biological parents, you've got the state attorneys, you've got the caseworkers, everybody else. So many people.
Right.
But they're sort of beholden to somebody else. They have other agendas.
Like there's no one speaking for the child. So
Bingo. And that's what CASA does. So
okay.
CASAs are the ones that are there strictly to speak for the child, be the eyes and the ears of the court, and tell the judge what's really going on, which will hopefully aid in making better decisions for those kids.
Now, you have such a great story that they're making a movie about your life.
Yes, they are.
My. So Reese Witherspoon is the star?
Well, I think there's a lot of stuff going on. It's so sort of above my head in any realm that I understand
You're just
completely.
Amazed by it all.
Really, totally amazed. Just the fact that, it's Googleable. I'm like, oh, this is really happening. But it's just incredible, and it's based on my first book, and I'm hoping that it's going to bring about so much more awareness about volunteers and foster kids and really show America who these kids are, who these waiting children are. I was one of them.
So many.
So many.
Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And you can find a link, by the way, to her website, the Speak Up for Child website as well on ours. Just click on links on the Good Day tab. You'll find it right there.